pulling into Pioche, old mining town. That's a perfect example right there of what was going on here back in the day. This is one of those living ghost towns where people live here, but not as many as during the boom of the mining days. So we'll just cruise around here, kind of see what we don't run into. Kind of like a little valley down there. That's cool. They're letting me know there's a historical marker over here. I'm gonna go take a look at that. That's an old building right there. It's for sale. What a beauty. Do we go left or right? So here's their old downtown, probably. Yeah, I'd say so. There's pretty much nobody up here, so we can kind of take our time. There's somebody behind me at least. Look at that. If that doesn't look old Western, I don't know what does. Who lives here? I don't even know. There's an old hotel and saloon. This place even had an old theater. Opera house. There are people walking around, so I don't know what the population is today, but there's a few people here. They probably all know each other on a first name basis. Wow, what is that? Pioche Elementary. Dang. The Pioche Grade School was opened in 1909. It's a mission-style architecture. I don't know if it's still in use. Looks like it could be. Or maybe they're just restoring it. 1909 that thing was built. Huh. Tell you what, I'm loving that no one. Boot Hill Cemetery. I'm loving that no one is on my hot on my heels while I'm trying to check this stuff out. Look at that. That's kind of a cool house just up here. I want to check out the cemetery because I read something online that before anybody died of natural causes, 72 people died in shootouts. And I think it's this place. I'll have to check. But they buried them so fast and they left their boots sticking out of the grave, the tips of their boots. Alright, I'm gonna see if I can't get in there. I don't know if the camera's picking that up, the way the leaves are falling in the wind. How romantic. I don't know what to call that, but it's part of the mine. And this is the old cemetery. Here's a plaque. Let's go look at some of these. Gorman killed by George Hirsch. Carson killed in 1870. This is hard to read out, but I'll read it for you. Shot by a coward as he worked his claim. No one even knew his name. Wow. July 6, 1873, John Lynch shot during a dispute over a dog. Shot during a dispute over a dog. John Bass shot by officers 5 times. Can't really read what that one says. That's been knocked down. Morgan Courtney, feared by some, respected by few, detested by others. Shot by officers, or no, detested by others. Shot in back 5 times from ambush. Yikes. There's a old foundation over there, or some rock building I want to look at. It's an old stove. I don't know if that's like the entrance to the mine, and then those go up to town, or if it's vice versa. Pretty cool. So I'm gonna see what else is out here, and then we'll head to Delamar. But this is a cool little historic town. Still people floating around here. I don't know what you would do for a living out here, because there's no major cities nearby. But I don't know, they make it work. We got hitchhikers. That's cool. Let's go down here. St. Lawrence Catholic Cemetery. I guess if you got killed in a shootout, you didn't get buried in the Catholic cemetery, you got buried in the whatever, the Boot Hill Cemetery. Church of Latter-day Saints. All right, let's go back up through Main Street and see what's higher up on the mountain. See? People out and about just doing odd jobs. And then these kinds of people. Show the other side of Main Street now. I guess if you really wanted to live out here, well, maybe. Can you commute 3 hours to Las Vegas and back? That's probably not reasonable. Yeah, because it's pretty much Vegas and that's it for main towns. Okay, there's some older stuff up here I want to go look at. Then we'll come back to Main Street. That's an old church for sure. It's got the church bell on it. The Masonic Hall. Still don't know what Masons do. I mean, I know what real Masons do, but the religious type thing they got going on. God bless Pioche. Lots of Trump stuff. Old house. Look at this. That is super cool. Mountain View Hotel. I'm gonna have to get out and get a picture of that. Post no bills. Old Lincoln County Courthouse cost $1 million. Can I go in there? I don't know. Howdy, sir. I will say, anybody that's seen me has waved at me. Seems like a nice bunch of people live up here. I think that's a private street. And this just leads us out of town. There's a view of some modern houses. There might be a few hundred to 1,000 people that live here. Probably more like a few hundred. But having a theater, an opera house, a bank, and a courthouse back in the day probably had more people in the 1800s than it does now. Which, considering the population of the Earth in the 1800s, is saying something. Alright, we'll go back up through Main Street, see what's higher up on this mountain, then we'll head to Delamar, which I believe is about an hour from here. Cabins for rent, if anybody's interested. Gas station. Interesting. $4.09 a gallon. So you can go in and tour that. Oh, I'm so tempted. Masonic Hall once again. Souvenirs and movie rentals. Kind of a strange combo there. There's a gym. A jeweler. Collectibles and candles. Got a little library over here. This place is straight out of an old Western movie. Tell you what. This is dead end up here. I wonder if there's a mine up here. That would be interesting to see. I imagine this place is just peaceful as could be at night. Because as peaceful as could be during the day. Yeah. I feel like that's where the mine is up there. Or one of the many mines. Wow, that wall does not look look sturdy. They got like some billboards up here, what? I'm gonna turn around because I think this is not for the public. But as you can tell, it kind of looks like that's where the mine action was happening up there. I'm gonna try to not fall to my death here. Alright. Once again, if you want to go up here, don't bring a Honda Civic. You're going to need an SUV or a truck. Look at this wall. Does that wall look sturdy? Like any second now, all them rocks is going to come tumbling down. Whew. Alright, I think I'll turn the camera back on at Delamar, I think is the name of the next one. Sounds right.